Welcome to the Semi-Daily Night Show. We're back with another episode of Disinformation, so consider hitting the subscribe button so we can continue to spread more of it. Zins may be getting banned, and this is a Finance Bros 9/11. AOC held her version of the Fire Fest for Congressman Jamal Bowman's re-election, and the crowd looked more mild than the salsa I pick at a salsa bar. Car salesmen across the nation had their software hacked by an Eastern European group shutting down most dealerships, and car salesmen finally get scammed back.
So 3, 2, 1, and scammer gets scammed, buddy.
The country of croissants and unathletic knees, France, have resulted against the Olympics being held in Paris by pooping in a river. The presidential debate happened, and our two candidates argue about who's better at golf. But we all know who's the best here. Biden stumbled through his debate like me when I try to drink 18 Modelo's in 18 holes, where he said he's a 6 handicap on the golf course, and that's the biggest lie since.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Semi-Daily Night Show with Gary TV, your host, Gary.
Tonight's ceremonial first pitch. And please welcome the President of the United States.
We did it, sir.
just making sure you're paying attention.
The presidential debate happened, and we're f***ed. Biden said he's a 6 handicap, and that's the biggest political lie we've ever been told since Bush said a country without Wi-Fi had weapons of mass destruction. Our presidents are actually just frat bros when you think about it. One lies about his golf score, one brings up how he passes a math test so he's smarter than everyone, the other used to be a stoner, and the fourth definitely sexually assaulted someone.
I did not.
Harry Sisson, the most prolific Democrat influencer, said Biden won and that Biden has his back. Oh, we know he has your back, Harry, in more ways than we want to know. The presidential debate had more rules than your first middle school dance, but it showed Biden struggling more than me when I have a hangover. He stumbled through each response, even saying he beat Medicaid. Why would you beat that up? And Biden supporters have said his poor performance was because he had a cold. I've had a cold once. You may have had a cold once. You don't get sudden onset dementia from a cold. And no offense to people with dementia, I don't know why I'm apologizing. They won't even remember. They also said he has a stutter.
Today, Junior!
Democrats have also now pivoted that it's okay he's old and doesn't know where he is because he has a great cabinet. My neighbors had a good cabinet, but they still cook their steaks well done. Just because you have the ingredients to make a sandwich doesn't make you a sandwich artist. You know what I mean? Jon Stewart found the DNC knee pads Trevor Noah left behind and said Trump lied the entire time, despite even CNN breaking down all the lies Biden made. Do you know how bad you have to lie for CNN to say you lied too much? And that's coming from a guy who waits for the debate just so I could put Snapchat filters on Trump to make it look like he's mewing. The Zindemic is here. Zins may actually get banned, and this is the biggest overstep of our rights since they outlawed owning RPGs. This is a Finance Bros abortion ban. It's a blue-collar 9/11, a Nelk Bros Pearl Harbor. This country was built by nicotine men.
Hard times create nicotine men. Nicotine men create good times. Good times create weed guys. Weed guys create hard times.
Besides gum recession, the only bad thing Zins has brought us is the normalization of these guys. They talk like they're hockey players with more CTE than Antonio Brown. But people who make their whole identity upper deckies are still less annoying than people who make the devil's lettuce their whole identity. Mainly because they take too long at the grocery store self-checkout line and no one wants to see your Pokemon pajamas. Philip Morris, which is one of the biggest tobacco corporations, has halted online sales because of subpoena from DC. Nicotine is believed to help combat I need more nicotine. I have one in right now. Neurodegenerative diseases. Something our politicians could use.
Pouch packed with problems. High levels of nicotine.
You're a person packed with problems, Chuck Schumer. Let's ban you. The government has failed this kind of thing before. Maybe if they did nicotine, they would remember. Jewel, if you're old enough to remember the Mango Pod summer, how's your back pain doing? Do your knees hurt? Juul is one of the first popular vapes on the market and sold really well due to their mango flavor. I don't vape, but I'm a slut for a mango margarita, so I can imagine it was good. Okay, that's kind of a lie. I tend to vape when I'm blacked out. I use all my friends' vapes when I black out. I dropped one in a Vegas pool last time. But this allowed disposable vapes made by a child in China that just got off his 16-hour Sheen shift to pick up some extra side work, so it's not all that bad. That's a joke, people. So we traded a regulated company that was reusable for a non-regulated factory of disposable vapes, which is the most US government move I've ever heard. Paris is protesting the Olympics by in a river. Paris has spent over $1 billion to prep Paris for the Olympics, and President Macron and Mayor Hidalgo said they would swim in the Seine to prove that the water is clean. And that water is as clean as the Flint water Obama drank. There was even a site that counted down the date of the citywide poop party of when Parisians should poop in the river. And if you didn't live nearby the river, they would even tell you when you should poop in the river to have it arrive by then. Macron ended up not swimming, so it was successful. But that isn't the only thing to happen in Paris. Olympic athletes won't have AC. They plan to use a more green room cooler to help with the environment. Your river has in it and you're worried about air conditioning. A lot of countries have decided to bring their own AC, including the USA. That makes me so proud to be an American. Just bring in your own air conditioning because some country thought you wouldn't need it. So come late July, America's birth month, we will be in France. Not we as in Gary TV. I'd struggle to get 1,000 views, so we can't afford it. But America will be in France, a country who eats bread that looks like shit to beat them at every sport imaginable and run up their AC bill. I'm proud to be an American. I've never seen something so mild since me at a salsa bar. AOC helped campaign for Jamal Bowman, who has a reputation you might remember. And AOC ran onto that stage like someone pulled a fire alarm. Told you might remember that. Congressman Jamal Bowman was up for re-election, and AOC helped him hold a rally where he decided to bring something Democrat leaders don't have. A lot of energy.
Ceasefire now, let's get it popping. The polls are...
Thought this was an E40 concert for a second. Okay, laugh. That was funny. Democrat leaders are sounding the alarm. I couldn't help myself there, because Jamal Bowman ended up losing his seat against an AIPAC-backed candidate, the only group more pro-Israel than Michael Rappaport. He was less annoying doing movies no one ever saw. Speaking of annoying people, Lauren Boebert won the Republican primary, and hopefully she celebrates by going to a play. I'm not gonna stop, dude! She was up against a woman who looks like she still holds a library card just so she can go there and tell minorities to be quiet. And another guy that looks like he has a LinkedIn addiction and a search history that'd give him 25 years. And she won by a lot. And this is surprising because Colorado can lean Democrat, and Lauren Boebert supporters are people whose whole identity is wanting to make liberals cry. I rest my case. Car dealerships just got hacked. A hacking group called Black Suit, based out of Eastern Europe, has hacked the software all car dealerships used called CDK Global, leaving car salesmen, the biggest scam artists of time, unable to sell cars for a few days.
So 3, 2, 1, and scammer get scammed, buddy.
As someone who has sold a lemon, or as the public knows it, a Ford, this makes me happy. Anything that makes a car salesman's lives harder, I fully support. Never trust a man who judges your financial state in a JCPenney button-up. Car salesmen will make fun of how much money you put down and then struggle to buy their Chipotle bowl that doesn't even have guac. Black Suit is demanding millions of dollars in a ransom payment. So there is a demand of hidden fees to get what you need to function. This sounds a lot like buying a car. 15,000 car dealerships are affected by this, and they have resorted to even writing up the agreements by hand. And car salesmen are finally realizing contracts for cars don't need to be as long as a Harry Potter book. The hacker groups are even calling dealerships pretending to be CDK just to scam them even more. This is like falling for the Nigerian prince email. The hack has lasted nearly a week, but good thing no one is buying cars, considering they cost more than a down payment for a house these days. Typically, it's mean to make fun of workers struggling, and I've always refused to do that, but I can't resist. But I will stop if my demands are met, and my demands are let me import a Toyota Hilux for $5,000, and I'll stop making fun of your JCPenney slacks. I won't. I never will.